As a Pokemon card collector, I, DAunter Collects, have always wondered what the depths of the artists of the Pokemon TCG have to offer. And gaining that sort of knowledge is part of why I'd like to share it upon you, the viewer, to figure out which artist truly speaks to you. This is Pokemon Artist Review. This series is dedicated towards looking at what makes the artwork of each individual Pokemon TCG artist so special, and distilling it into a video analysis format. Stick till the end of the video to see if this artist becomes a new favorite, and subscribe to see more Pokemon Artist Review, and help me reach my goal of 800 subscribers. If there's an artist who you really want to see reviewed, then feel free to let me know down below in the comments. Welcome to the Pokemon Artist Review. In today's video, we'll be talking about Chibi. Chibi started illustrating cards in the set. Well, actually, this is an artist who debuted with an X and Y promo. This card has some gorgeous colors, some fantastic shading, and a breathtaking use of effects. This card was released in 2016, being this very wonderful Azelf card. And Chibi has illustrated a total of 43 cards, including any reprints they may have. Chibi has a surprisingly beautiful style that mixes pseudo-realism, incredible effects, and boisterous colors to create illustrations that scream Pokemon. Their heavy use on effects and dynamic attributes keep their cards feeling fresh from one to another. And with 43 full illustrations to sink your teeth into, including some really stunning artworks, Chibi is sure to make an impact on anyone's collection. These are the criteria I'll be analyzing to enhance the best parts of Chibi's artwork. Firstly, I'll be talking about their colors. Next, I'll be talking about their outline. And then finally, I'll be talking about their creativity. For my first point, I want to talk about Chibi's colors. In their Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX Trainer Gallery card, they showcase the trainer prominently featured in the Crown Tundra expansion, riding and flying right next to the massive Dynamaxed Pokemon. The two of them glide through the air as the Aurora Borealis can be seen in the top right corner, and bright beams of pink can be seen from all angles. I really adore the soft, smooth shading that's used all around the Pokemon, as well as the trainer. Specifically on Calyrex, I feel like the shading really exemplifies a sort of ethereal effect on the Pokemon, which I can really appreciate, as Spectrier is a ghost-type Pokemon. I also like how the greenish-blue hues of the background don't really interfere with the bluish shadows of the Pokemon featured in the illustration, where the Pokemon itself is this deeper royal bluish color used primarily for highlights, mixed in with that gorgeous purple color. The way the trainer's jumpsuit/parka is colored makes that orange punch out nicely from the rest of the card, really giving us a well-done, perfectly separated illustration. In their Iron Valiant illustration, the Pokemon is fiercely carrying its weapon to its side, as pinkish white lightning particles fling apart from the blade, and a white ripple can be seen at the bottom of the Pokemon's blade. I really adore the differentiation of all the different crackling parts on the card. Not only do you have the whitish pink on the blade effects, you also have a yellowish lightning placed to the left of the Pokemon, and the blade itself exudes this sort of greenish blue energy. All of them combine into a cacophony of explosive effects that are stunning to witness. Mix that with a hyper-detailed environment of rocks, formations, and a foggy mystery behind the Pokemon, we have a wonderful illustration with awesome colors to sink our teeth into. Next, I wanted to mention Chibi's outlines. In their illustrations, I feel like the outlines are a good way to separate the parts of their cards, while not being too intrusive. On their Iono's Kilowattrel, we see the Pokemon flinging lightning in all directions, and the way it's all separated from the Pokemon is a simple outline that covers and coats the Pokemon in a distinctive material. I really adore how the lightning itself, as well as the background, featured little to no outlines, really accentuating the Pokemon itself in the illustration, which is always a great tactic that some artists may employ. The same can be said about their Charon's Care card. This illustration features a trainer and a Pokemon in a pose ripped straight from the game, location and all, and the trainer and the Pokemon feature outlines, which wither and thicken depending on where they're placed, while still not overtaking the card. I'd now like to mention the outlines on Sharon's lower hand, as the bottom of the hand is outlined, showcasing a clear blocking out, but as we reach the edges of the hand, it starts to smooth out a little bit. This is a perfect example of the waning and waxing outlines I was just talking about, and it's all over the card. I also quite like how the background itself once again has very little to no outlines, to showcase a more realistic effect that captures the trainer and the Pokemon's beauty perfectly. Finally, I'd like to point out Chibi's creativity. In their Empoleon V illustration, it showcases the Pokemon taking up a meditative training stance, having Pokemon all around it, with a Mindfu taking the stance to further its training, and a horde of our little Phalanx Pokemon surrounding the Empoleon itself, all doing their own silly little things, such as jumping off of it and perching on its wing. Not only that, the card itself just showcases a beautiful idea of these Pokemon training, and you also get to see how much attention to detail went into every aspect of the card simply by looking at the Pokemon's expressions. As the Mindfu is seriously focusing, aggressively ready to strike and learn, and Empoleon is cool and collected, not showcasing any emotion, which works perfectly for a Pokemon who could be looked at as a mentor in the illustration. The warmer aspects of the background really make the blue on the Pokemon stand out as a sort of metallic finish on the Steel-type starter. This is truly a one-of-a-kind card. In their Mega Sableye and Tyranitar illustration, the two Pokemon are seen deep inside of a crystal cavern, which would already be a pretty interesting concept, only enhanced by the idea of Sableye eating all the colored gemstones it can find. The way the card showcases all these incredibly detailed, different shaped, colored, and sized gemstones is nothing short of a magnificent miracle. I also really appreciate how Tyranitar is just sort of along for the ride on this one, just chilling and raising its arms up in the sky. That sort of milky white color used in the background also just enhances that darker rocky formation that we see on the top of the card and the bottom of the card. Overall, just a really incredible illustration from the Sun and Moon era. And now, for my favorite card from Chibi. This is really tough. They have so many beautifully gorgeous full art cards, and regular cards as well, but if I really had to pick one, it'd probably be that Empoleon V that I talked about earlier. The level of expressiveness on a Pokemon card like this is still just one of the reasons I loved alternate artwork cards from the Sword and Shield era so much. This, plus the fact that Empoleon is personally one of my favorite starters of all time, create the perfect maelstrom for a card I just adore. And that was Chibi. Chibi's cards are nothing short of stunning. They have so many creative ideas that they always deliver on, not to mention being prominently featured in Black Bolt with the Kyurem EX, which is just a gorgeous set piece of an illustration card that is just wonderful. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by liking and commenting, as well as considering subscribing to my channel. I cover everything you need to know about Pokemon card artists. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, I have a playlist on my channel for the Pokemon Artist Review. And with that, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will catch you next time.